My introduction video by Kimber Weedle. A little bit about me. I work at Riverside USD 114. I teach 6th grade math. It's a middle school setting. I have worked there for 6 years. I live in Gower, Missouri. We have lived here for about 3 years. I'm originally from Great Bend, Kansas. A little bit about my life. I have a husband who we've been married for about a little over 5 years. We have a 7.5-month-old son who was born August 1st or August 2nd. He was a little over a month early. My favorite hobbies are being in the kitchen, baking, and I love to sew as well. So about these pictures up here, it is our little symbol for Gower, Missouri. This is our first house we ever bought, so it's kind of important for me. This panther head here is the logo for my high school, Riverside Cyclones. It's been my first and only job currently. Right here is our beautiful, almost 100-year-old house that we bought almost 3 years ago. And this is a picture of me holding a plaque for going undefeated last year with 8th grade girls for basketball. It was the first time since the schools have combined the district that they have went undefeated, and they've been combined for 8 years, 10 years, somewhere around there. About my family history, we don't know much about my family history. My husband and I did do one of those DNA test things, and I did learn that I was 50% English or over 50% English. My husband did a little research, and that's probably where my father's side is from. For some reason, none of my Native Americans showed up, but we do, even I think we can trace back to who was in tribes and things like that on my mom's side of the family. So about the pictures that I have here, this is my sister and her family. She has been with her husband for multiple years. I was 9 years old, so over 20 years that they have been together, with my little niece Piper and my nephew Riker. Then this is my mom and dad. Here is my little cutie. His name is Killian. This is my husband. And this is my grandma. My grandma is a big part of my life. She's also in the family history because it is her family, if you can't tell, that is Native American. She is also living with stage 4 lung cancer. Just also got diagnosed with breast cancer, but she is really rocking it. She's been living for, I think, almost 4 years now with lung cancer that should have probably already killed her. So she is amazing and a great person to look up to. Okay, preparing for cultural diversity within the classroom. So cultural can be learned set of beliefs. It's all what you learn is a cultural difference. Also, as a teacher, engaging and being creative with all the different cultural backgrounds, those type of items. Cultural diversity. On average, it takes about 7 seconds to make an impression about someone. We are all made up of jigsaw puzzles, as you saw in the last slides. Those are some of my pieces, just a few of them, that make up me. We don't walk through life alone. If you notice, I had a lot of people in my corner. We need to focus on cultural diversity, and it's not just somebody's actual race. Cultural diversity is a lot of what somebody has gone through, aspects of their life. Also live in a world full of policies. She talked about how our world has a bunch of policies and how sometimes we follow them, sometimes we don't. It's the past time to appreciate culture. So feel like you have to conform to a certain way that people perceive you. She was Asian, kind of. She was adopted. So she looked Asian. She didn't act Asian, but she was trying to conform to be Asian, what people typically think of Asians in school. The bamboo ceiling is the ceiling and the stop of the Asians, just kind of like the glass ceiling is forward gender for females. Millennials, the issue with millennials is that we haven't been correcting the ceilings. We are allowing the ceilings to stay. That they also say that with Asians, 3.5 of negative impact on careers. The challenges of cultural diversity. So they talked about how one of the countries have harmony days that they go around and celebrate everybody's cultural. Xenophobia is the fear of a different race. Ethnicism, sorry if I mispronounce these, is the race or cultural that is superior. Then you have racism, which is a negative emotion or action. Explicit race, which is an unintentional, and an implicit is unconscious racism. There are my references. Thank you.